Hey, hey, what's up?
Okay guys, today we're going to be looking at centralized cryptocurrency exchanges, and then we're going to go through the top 10 list of them, okay? Let's get into the video. Okay guys, so today's video is an investopedia article about centralized cryptocurrency exchanges, okay? Now, for most digital currency investors, a centralized cryptocurrency exchange is one of the most important vehicles for transactions. Centralized cryptocurrency exchanges are online platforms used to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, and they are the most common means that investors buy and sell cryptocurrency holdings. Now, some investors may find the concept of a centralized exchange a little bit misleading, as digital currencies themselves are often billed as decentralized. Now, what this means for an exchange to be centralized, and why are they so successful? Now, the term centralized cryptocurrency exchange is the idea of centralization, and this refers to the use of a middleman or third party to help conduct transactions. Buyers and sellers alike trust this middleman to handle their assets, and this is common in a banking or traditional finance setup, where a customer trusts the bank to hold his or her money for an indefinite period of time, or until you want to take the money out of the bank. Now, the reason that this setup works is that banks offer security and monitoring that an individual cannot accomplish on their own, and in the case of a centralized cryptocurrency exchange, the same principles apply. Transactors not only trust that an exchange will safely complete their transactions for them, but also make use of the network of users in exchange to find the best trading partners. In the case of cryptocurrencies, which are often stored in digital wallets, an individual can lose hundreds or thousands of dollars in digital currency by simply forgetting the keys to their wallets. We're going to get into wallets and keys in another video, okay? So just stick around for that one. Now, the exchange will not allow this to happen, as it safeguards the holdings in a place of the individual investor. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between centralized and decentralized exchanges, so let's get into that. Centralized exchanges can be used to conduct trades from fiat to cryptocurrencies or vice versa, and they can also be used to conduct trades between two different cryptocurrencies as well. And while this may seem to cover all of the potential transaction types, there is still a market for another type of cryptocurrency exchange as well. Now, this is where decentralized exchanges come in, and they are an alternative to centralized exchanges, as they cut out the middleman, and this generates what is thought of as a trustless environment, as these types of exchanges function as peer-to-peer exchanges. Talked about this a little bit in the Bitcoin video, but we're going to get into it more in a later video as well. But we're going to get into the basics here now. So, assets are never held by an escrow service, and transactions are done entirely based on smart contracts or atomic swaps. Now, the crucial difference between centralized and decentralized exchanges is whether or not a middleman is present. In decentralized exchanges, which are less widespread and less popular compared to centralized exchanges, the middleman is not present. However, in centralized exchanges, they act as the middleman for you. Now, in the future, it is possible that decentralized exchanges will give centralized exchanges a run for their money. Now, it is more common for a centralized exchange to offer cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency pairing. Now, this allows customers, for instance, to trade Bitcoin to Ethereum tokens directly, rather than changing out into fiat currency and then back into the new currency they're looking to buy. However, fewer exchanges offer fiat to cryptocurrency pairs, which allow, say, Bitcoin for USD. Now, some of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world are those that offer fiat to cryptocurrency pairs, as they act as an onboarding ramp for people trying to get into the cryptocurrency space, and then also for them trying to take profit and take money out of cryptocurrency. But the reason that the largest cryptocurrency exchanges are as large as they are is because they serve as the direct access point to the cryptocurrency market. Now, since many investors in the space are relatively new to investing in digital currencies, they may be more likely to turn to these type of exchanges, and some of these exchanges include Coinbase, Robinhood, Kraken and Gemini. We're going to get into the individual exchanges a little bit later on. Now, the key elements of centralized exchanges are that there are new centralized exchanges all the time. However, not all of them are successful, and it is not uncommon for these exchanges to fold. So if you do not pick the correct exchange and you don't do your research on the exchange, you will most likely lose your money in the long run. AKA FTX is the most recent exchange to collapse, and it was a big deal. I'm sure you've heard of it. But there have been others throughout the years as well, where they've suffered a hack and then they've just never gone back to being the same. Now, the success or failure of an exchange is dependent upon a large number of factors, but one of the key components to success is the trading volume and whether it is large or small. Generally speaking, higher levels of trading volume lower the volatility in the market's manipulation, and that is likely to take place on the exchange. Volatility is a crucial consideration when it comes to this because of the time it takes a transaction to be completed. The price of a given coin or token can change between the time the transaction is initiated and the time it is finished. Now, the higher trade volume and the faster transaction means that it can be processed quicker and there is less likely to be problems with price fluctuation. Another crucial element of success with centralized exchanges is security. While no exchange is completely immune to malicious activity like hacks, some are safer than others. So that is a key element there. If you do leave your currencies on exchanges, or you do use centralized exchanges where you leave your currencies and your tokens on the exchanges, if there is a hack, they will be able to access some of your currencies majority of the time. So if you want to be safe, take them off and put them in cold storage or in a cold wallet, and we're going to get into those in just a couple of videos, okay, so just hang tight for that one. But the way an exchange reacts to such events as a hack is no means a given. Some exchanges have worked hard to refund customer losses, while others have been less successful in that regard. And still others have shuttered as a result of these types of attacks. Now, for investors looking to enter the cryptocurrency space, a centralized exchange is still the most common means of doing so, as when selecting an exchange, it is important to keep in mind the host of factors which will impact the user experience. Now, these include the pairs which are traded, how high the volume is, and the security measures that the exchanges have adopted to protect their customers. So that, guys, was the details of the centralized exchanges, and now we're just going to go and take a look at the top 10 centralized exchanges, okay? Okay, guys, so here we are on CoinMarketCap. This is the place to come to if you want to find out anything about cryptocurrency really, and where it stacks up in the cryptocurrency market and space as a whole. So as you can see here, we've got people like Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, KuCoin, Bitfinex, Bitstamp, Binance US, OKX, Bitflyer, Bybit, BitHum and BitGet. And then we've got Gate.io down there as well. Now, Binance is the #1 cryptocurrency exchange in the world, as it trades $19 billion on a daily basis and has 14 million weekly visits. Now, it has 1,636 different cryptocurrency market pairings, and it has 384 individual coins. And it also has 11 different types of currencies to choose from in which you can create those pairs with. Now the fiat that is supported by Binance, you've got Euros, Great British Pounds, BRL, Australian Dollars, UAH, RUB, TRY, ZAR, PLN, NGN and RON. Now you can see Coinbase, on the other hand, has only got a trading volume of $1.1 billion and has only got 21,000 weekly visits. And this will most likely be because they only have 603 markets and then 240 individual coins. And then they only support 3 types of fiat, which is US dollars, euros, and GBP, or Great British Pounds. But they do come in second, as they have been around for a very long time, and a lot of traditional finance people still use them, as they are a publicly traded company on the stock exchange. So they are creditable and no one's going to run away with your money. Now Kraken is my favourite exchange, coming in at number 3, and it has an average trading volume of $500,000 every day. It has close to 1 million weekly visits and has 722 markets from which you can pick 221 coins. Now the fiat it supports is US dollars, euros, Great British Pounds, Canadian dollars, Japanese yen. I think this is a franc here, and then you've got the Australian dollar as well. But again, it only supports a few different types of currencies, not as many as KuCoin, which is the next one on the list. Now KuCoin comes in at number 4. It is very popular amongst the DeFi community. As you can see, it has 1,400 different markets and has 792 coins, okay? And it has an average trading volume of $747 million every day. So even though it comes in higher, so the reason it comes in lower is because it's been given a score here which ranks the exchanges based on web traffic, average liquidity, volume, and confidence that the volume is reported by an exchange is legitimate as well. And this is done by CoinMarketCap. This is not done by me, but we were going to go through the list anyway. But as I was saying, KuCoin has $747 million trading volume every day. It's got 1.8 million weekly visits. It's got 1,400 markets and 792 individual coins. Now, one of the main reasons that KuCoin is so popular is because it does go through, and it has, one of the reasons KuCoin is most popular is because it supports 48 different types of fiat currency. So it is a very good onboarding ramp for anyone across the globe to be able to put money into cryptocurrency. Now the next two, Bitfinex and Bitstamp, have both been around for a very long time. Bitstamp being one of the originals in the cryptocurrency space, and they both have an average same amount of trading volume of a day of 162 million for Bitfinex and 124 million for Bitstamp. However, Bitfinex has double the weekly visits of 666,000, whereas Bitstamp has 325,000. But this is because Bitfinex has 410 markets and 188 coins, whereas Bitstamp has 163 markets and only 72 coins. But they both support very few amounts of individual fiat currencies. So Bitstamp, you've got 4, you've got US dollars, euros, Great British Pounds, and then the Japanese yen. However, Bitstamp has only got US dollars, euros, and Great British Pounds. Now Binance US is a special one. You can only use Binance US in the United States. I suppose you can use it outside the other countries if you want, but why would you bother? As you have to have a US IP address to use it. However, I know people that just go around and instead of using Binance US, they use a VPN and they go use cryptocurrency exchanges in other parts of the world. I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's not financial advice. Don't do what I say. But Binance US is very popular also because it works very hard to be on the correct side of the law when it comes to regulations, which is why Binance did make a specific exchange for US customers. But it has a $471 million trading volume per 24 hours. It has 500,000 weekly visits. It has 323 markets and 153 coins, and obviously it only supports US dollars. Now OKX, I've only just recently heard about OKX, but apparently it seems to be going for a very long time and it seems to be doing very well. It has a trading volume of $1.3 billion every 24 hours. And it has average weekly visits of 1.6 million. It has 798 markets and 357 individual coins. And then it supports 46 individual currencies, individual fiat currencies that is, sorry. So it is also very good for onboarding people into cryptocurrency as well, which is probably why it's doing so well. Now Bybit's been around for a very long time, which is why it comes in at number 9. So they have a $300 million trading volume every 24 hours. They have 3.4 million weekly visits, which is quite a lot. It actually comes in second behind Binance, but a lot of them will be for smaller amounts of money, as the trading volume that they do have is less than OKX and some of the other ones. Now they have 520 markets and they have 346 coins, but they only trade in 6 currencies, which is US dollar, euros, Great British pounds, Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, and I believe this is AID, which is the Arabian dollar as well. Now Bitflyer, I've never heard of Bitflyer before. I don't know where it comes from, and I'm not sure about BitHum either. However, respectively, these two come in relatively different, whereas the trading volume for Bitflyer is 62 million, whereas BitHum is 274 million. That's dollars every 24 hours as a trading volume. BitHum has 300,000 weekly visits, as does Bitflyer. Now Bitflyer only has 12 markets with 9 coins and supports US dollar, Japanese yen and the euro, whereas BitHum has 280 markets with 189 coins and it only does KRW as the fiat currency, which is probably why it has so much traction, as not many other ones in here KRW on the list. Now BitGet, I personally use BitGet. It has a $565 million trading volume every 24 hours. It has 2 million weekly visits with 560 markets and 426 coins. It supports US dollar, euros, Great British pounds, and then 12 others as well. Now we're just going to run through Gates.io here as well, as it is quite a unique one. A trading volume on the low end of these exchanges of $641 million, where it has an average weekly visit of 1.3 million. It has 2,600 markets and 1,600 individual coins, and you can trade in KRW or euros. So this is probably a European exchange on the basis, but there are many more, guys. You can come to coinmarketcap.com and you can look through this yourself. This one I'm looking at currently is for spot exchanges. So spot basically means buying and selling with no leverage and no liquidity. You're just buying and you're holding and selling at the price you want to sell at. So that's that, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video and this was informative. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It would be a massive help. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a good day.